The anointed ones. Welcome. Some are chosen to heal, while others are born healers. You already know which one you are. Have you ever stepped into a room and felt the air shift? Strangers swear they've met you before. Streetlights flicker as you pass. People pour out their deepest secrets within minutes of knowing you. It's not coincidence. It's recognition. The universe has been whispering all along. You are not normal. Now your name, your true identity, has been revealed. Are you ready to embrace it? You may be surprised to learn that research has shown that human energy fields can affect the environment. According to research in bioelectricity and quantum physics, human bodies produce electromagnetic fields powerful enough to influence the brainwaves and heart rhythms of other individuals. So, if you've ever wondered why individuals around you feel different, it's because of your energy, not your thoughts. The problem with being a strong spiritual healer, however, is that it's not all esoteric knowledge in white robes. Indeed, it may seem utterly strange. You may feel as if time itself is bending around you, have odd symptoms that are inexplicable, or even draw lost souls to you like a cosmic magnet. How can one determine if they are one of these uncommon, potent spiritual healers? Hold on tight, because the indicators aren't what you may expect. Others will make you tremble. Others will make you giggle. And some will cause you to reevaluate all of your self-perceptions. First of all, you feel like a live antenna, except you're transmuting rather than only absorbing. Most people believe that spiritual healers are really human sponges that absorb energy from those around them. It's just half the tale, however. A genuine healer transforms energy rather than just absorbing it. They unwittingly tune the energy of a space just by being, functioning as a live frequency adjuster. Have you ever observed how conflicts appear to end when you're there, or how people automatically get calmer when you're around? It's not because you're a pleasant person or have a calming aura. Your energy field forces are balancing, which is why emotions are not only taken in, they are processed, broken down, and then released in a new form. This explains why individuals who spend time with you feel lighter, more lucid, or even emotionally spent. Instead of just venting, they unintentionally gave you their raw energy, which your presence transformed into something else. The problem is that this capacity isn't always convenient. This explains why you may feel unreasonably exhausted in certain locations or overpowered in large gatherings. You may not like it, but your body is always changing frequencies. You are unable to switch it off. This is why you may feel physically ill in locations like hospitals or ancient buildings that have a lot of emotional baggage. Even when you're not conscious of it, your system is absorbing those sluggish energy and trying to rectify them. This also explains why some individuals appear annoyed by your presence, while others connect with you right away. Others are gently compelled to vibrate at a higher frequency when your energy enters an area. While some individuals embrace this change, others oppose it, particularly those who are holding on to emotional baggage. What they don't like about you is the energy you're giving them. Being a healer entails carrying an unseen energy that transforms the environment wherever you go. Transmuting energy is more important than just consuming it, and you've been doing it throughout your life, whether you know it or not. Second, you draw spiritual HD runs. People confide in you about their deepest secrets. You have a way of making people open up to you within minutes of meeting you. Strangers, acquaintances, and even those who claim they don't discuss their emotions eventually reveal their darkest secrets to you. And not only idle banter either. They open up about topics they have never spoken with their therapists, partners, or even their closest friends. Then, just as abruptly as they came, they leave feeling lighter, as if they had just been cleared of their sins. This isn't arbitrary. That's no accident. Your energy functions like a confessional booth, which is why People will inevitably dump their emotional burdens on you. The most peculiar aspect: most of the time, they have no idea why they are doing it. It seems as if their subconscious sees you as a safe haven, someone who will not pass judgment, and who may assist them in processing trauma they were unaware they were holding just by listening. However, this may wear you out. People leave their emotional burdens with you, in addition to sharing their tales. After these experiences, you may find that you feel exhausted, nervous, or even depressed for no apparent cause. This is because their energy remains with you, even if they leave feeling lighter. When someone hands you a bag full of bricks and then disappears into the sunset, that's the emotional equivalent. The fact that it doesn't just occur in profound, significant contexts adds to how strange this is. It may occur anywhere, whether it's at the grocery store checkout line, an elevator, or a coffee shop. You're discussing the weather one minute, and then someone admits that they haven't talked to their mother in 10 years, and they're not sure how to make things right. Providing consolation is just one aspect of being a spiritual healer. Another is acting as an unconscious emotional release trigger. People unburden themselves, not simply chat to you. You will bear the traces of what they left behind, even if they could forget the talk. Third, you've had enigmatic, inexplicable illnesses that seem to go away on their own. You've had times when your body felt strange and unnatural. Perhaps a peculiar discomfort, fever, or even sudden dizziness affected you when you woke up. You may have even seen the doctor, who told you that everything seemed to be in order. Then the pain was gone as abruptly as it had come. No medicine, no actual reason, simply gone, as if it had never occurred. It's not only your body acting strangely. This is due to the fact that spiritual healers serve as energy filters and do more than just cure people. As a result, they can suffer from emotional distress and disease symptoms that are not even their own. You don't just lose the energy you take in, particularly from others who are distressed. Before it can be released, your body may need to physically digest it as it passes through you. You may have seen that this occurs after highly charged emotional events. Perhaps you spent time with someone who was grieving, and when you woke up the next day, you felt as if the sadness had moved to you. Your stomach ached later that night, as if you had eaten something nasty. But you hadn't. Or maybe you were in a poisonous atmosphere. Your body is physically converting the weight of your emotions and energy into bodily experiences. However, once the energy is absorbed completely, the symptoms go away without any explanation, since the pain was never yours in the first place. This explains why healers often experience unidentified fatigue, exhaustion, or even illness. The reason is because your spiritual immune system is always active, not that your physical immune system is weak. You don't just detect energy, you move it through your body like a purification system for emotions that aren't even yours. Most individuals are unaware that this is taking place. They believe that strange physical ailments or illnesses are happening at random. However, if this pattern of inexplicable symptoms followed by an abrupt recovery continues, you are not just sensitive. You are a spiritual filter that continuously purifies the energy of others around you. The fourth point is that it's not a coincidence when technology breaks down all around you. When technology around you keeps breaking down, you may assume it's simply bad luck. But there's more going on here. Unexpectedly, your phone slows or crashes. As you pass, streetlights flicker. You're in the midst of something crucial when your laptop freezes. Furthermore, if you wear a watch, you may have observed that it stops functioning sooner than it should, as if it is unable to keep up with you. This isn't just arbitrary. A separate energy frequency, one that directly interacts with the electromagnetic fields around them, is used by spiritual healers. Human bodies produce bioelectromagnetic energy, as science has previously shown, but the energy fields of healers are more greater than those of the general public. in ways that most people never encounter. Your vibration not only exists but also pulses, interferes with, and disturbs devices. This explains why certain bugs only occur while you're using your phone, regardless of how many times you restart it. Your energy field is colliding with the gadget's sensitive electronics, not the device itself. Technology failures may occur more often while you're in a heightened emotional state, such as being anxious, overwhelmed, or simply deep in contemplation. Your emotions increase your energy production, and all of a sudden, voice commands don't work, displays stop, and Wi-Fi connections break. It's no accident that streetlights are responding to you. Unknowingly, some healers release short bursts of energy that cause certain kinds of lights to flicker or go out entirely. Those who routinely encounter it know it's genuine, even if critics may dismiss it as unreal. This indicates that your energy presence is strong enough to influence the physical world, if it occurs to you. Your vibration has the power to physically disrupt technology in addition to changing people. Even while it might be annoying when you're attempting to write a crucial email, it's evidence that your energy is functioning at a level that the contemporary world wasn't intended for. Fifth, you force individuals to confront their own issues rather than just healing them. People either feel very attracted to you or oddly uneasy around you for a reason. Furthermore, it is unrelated to your personality. It's because you uncover, not simply heal. People see their true selves reflected back to them by your energy, which functions as a mirror. And that is intolerable to some. You don't even need to speak. Others may experience feelings they have been avoiding for years just by being in your presence. They may feel abruptly vulnerable, as if their well-crafted facade is visible. And you can in a lot of ways. For this, you will be loved by some. Simply being in your presence will make them feel lighter, more liberated, and more like themselves. Even if you never did anything particular, someone can say that you transformed their lives. That's because illusions are inherently dispelled by your presence. Whether they were prepared for it or not, it makes individuals face their own feelings. The others, on the other hand, are the ones who seem to be annoyed by you without any justification. Even if you haven't done anything wrong, they may be dismissive, passive-aggressive, or simply appear to detest you right away. These are the individuals that are opposing the change you are bringing about. The things people don't want to deal with, old wounds, repressed grief, and buried insecurities, seem to be shaken free by you. They're rejecting the feelings your energy is giving them, not you. This explains why people's attitudes to healers are often divided. You are a catalyst, rather than just a consoling presence. You elicit change, rather than only calm. Additionally, change is messy. Healing isn't only about calm and brightness. It may sometimes entail standing in the midst of someone else's internal struggle. A walking awakening is what you are, and not everyone is prepared for it. Sixth, time warps around you, and you have an odd connection with it. You've never felt like you had a typical connection with time. Hours seem to go by in a matter of seconds, and then time seems to drag on interminably for a few minutes, as if reality were bending. It goes beyond simple distraction or poor time management. The reason for this is because your awareness does not entirely function inside the strict confines of linear time. The electromagnetic wavelength that spiritual healers inhabit is distinct from the one that most people perceive, and it often draws them in and out of time. Time doesn't operate according to its normal laws, whether you're involved in discussion, working on healing, or just thinking deeply. Because your mind isn't as attached to the actual world as other people's are, you enter a state of flow where the passing of time doesn't matter. Living in the everyday world may seem weird as a result. You may have trouble sticking to a plan and feel like time is playing tricks on you since you are usually either too early or too late. Perhaps since a part of you is already ahead of time, drawing from a non-linear chronology, you have had instances when you foresee something before it occurs. not in a spectacular manner, but rather with tiny flashes of understanding. Even during chats, you could notice that you and the other person fly forward in time, giving the impression that the conversation has already flown without any filler. Some could even ask, "Wait, how did we start talking about this?" As if the events had been changed by an unseen force. For this reason, the inflexible framework of contemporary life often presents challenges for therapists. The way most people experience time is not how you were made. Time travels in waves, instead of straight lines, in the higher, more fluid reality that your mind is already tuned into. Therefore, don't ignore it if you often feel that time is moving too quickly, too slowly, or just doesn't make sense. It's not a lack of attention or absent-mindedness. It indicates that your mind is programmed to see things that exist outside of human time. The seventh is that you can't explain how animals respond to you. Animals sense you in ways that most people will never comprehend. They don't just see you. Animals function only on energy, but humans depend on speech and social signals. Neither looks nor intentions can deceive them. They respond to the essence of who you are. They can tell whether you're a strong spiritual healer. You may have seen that animals either seek you out or act strangely around you. You are followed by stray cats. There are birds around your window. Dogs across the street look at you as if they know who you are. Even creatures that are generally shy, like deer, squirrels, or rabbits, may not respond to you with the same anxiety they exhibit others. Your vibe is distinct. It's not that you're just excellent with animals. Nature trusts the frequency at which you vibrate. However, it may work both ways. Certain animals, particularly those that are very sensitive, may behave oddly around you, not because they are afraid, but rather because they sense how intense your energy is. When they're attempting to analyze what they're taking up, some dogs may bark or look at you. Certain animals may be wary, not because you're a danger, but because they understand that you're not exactly like other people. Even insects appear to notice. Ever had butterflies settle on you for no reason? Or have you observed that certain bees hover closer to you than others? Nature responds to them in subtle but indisputable ways, according to many spiritual healers. This link isn't random. The energy field of healers is more in tune with the natural world than with man-made buildings. Animals can detect something in you that even humans don't always notice because of this. They are reacting to your frequency, not to what you are doing. You are not just existing in this world, which is why animals may notice you in ways that you cannot understand. Something older and more profound is emanating from you. Nature remembers when it sees you. The eighth is that you underwent an existential crisis that completely changed the way you saw the world. There is a distinction between questioning existence and experiencing a complete collapse of your reality view. The majority of individuals have periods of uncertainty when they question their purpose in life or what happens to them once they die. However, what you went through was something far more severe. A complete existential crisis that completely upended all you believed to be true. A difficult day, or a period of uncertainty, wasn't all that this was. All of your attachments, assumptions, and beliefs were violently torn away, leaving you with nothing to cling to as you stared into the emptiness. It was a breakdown so deep that you had to face the horrifying reality that nothing is as it appears. It was like dying without really dying, perhaps a tragic incident, an epiphany, or perhaps an inexplicable spiritual awakening set it off. Whatever it was, it altered you irrevocably. Not only did you reconsider your principles, but you also lost your whole identity, as if you were being yanked away from a world you had previously believed to be secure. It's likely that many around you didn't comprehend. You seemed to them to be going through a difficult time. However, you felt in your heart that this was something else, something that could not be undone. Then, just when it seemed like nothing remained, something new appeared. A new consciousness, an understanding that you were never intended to live by the rules that society mindlessly obeys, that the majority of people's perceptions of life are merely surface-level delusions, and that your purpose in this world is completely different. Before assuming their authority, all genuine healers go through this time. It is the demise of the illusory ego, the essential breakdown before the waking. You would still be living behind spiritual obstacles without it, making it impossible to overcome them. If you have survived this ordeal, you are more than just a mere existence. Reality itself is what you're here to disturb, awaken, and reconstruct. 9. Most people either adore you or avoid you because your energy is too much for them. People's responses to you are never neutral, as you have already realized. Either they have a strong bond with you, or they avoid you for reasons they can't even articulate. It has nothing to do with your character, your statements, or even your behavior. It has to do with your energy. Being a healer means that you do more than just engage with others. You have an impact on them, whether they are aware of it or not. Something within of them is stirred by your presence. This may be a source of inspiration, clarity, or even relief for people who are prepared and receptive. These are the ones who like your company. Even if they didn't have a meaningful chat, they feel lighter after speaking with you. They seem to understand your energy as if it were a component that had been missing. The others, on the other hand, are the ones that seem agitated, aloof, or just uncomfortable with you. Despite their politeness, you can sense the strain and reluctance. It's not that they don't like you personally. It's because your energy makes them change something inside of themselves. Naturally, your presence awakens sluggish energy, bringing unresolved scars and repressed emotions to the surface. Some folks aren't prepared for it either. They may not even know why they are feeling this way. They just know that you make them feel something they don't want to deal with. This explains why some individuals avoid in-depth discussions, distance themselves from you without giving a reason, or even get defensive when you haven't done anything wrong. They are rejecting the transformations your energy is bringing about in them, not you. The paradox of being a potent healer is that although you shine your light, not everyone wants to see it. Your energy is just functioning at a frequency that necessitates development, honesty, and healing. It isn't excessive in a bad way, and that is frightening to some. In actuality, you were never intended to blend in, even if it means that some people may flee from things they aren't prepared to confront. You were destined to challenge, awaken, and evolve. The 10th is that you have downloaded information that you shouldn't have. There have been times in your life when knowledge struck you like a lightning bolt. You had no previous information or investigation, just an inexplicable, immediate understanding. It wasn't an instinct or a guess. It came in a flash, total knowledge. Perhaps you were in the midst of a chat when you realized that someone needed to hear something really intimate that they had never discussed. Perhaps you were speaking on subjects you had never studied, yet the words came to you naturally, as if they were being fed straight into your brain. Alternatively, you could have woken up from a dream with whole ideas, answers, or lessons fully developed in your mind, as if they had been communicated to you rather than taught. It's not your typical intuition. You're receiving downloads, which are direct transmissions of information from higher consciousness that enter your awareness directly, rather than via typical learning methods. This occurrence has been reported by several spiritual healers, mystics, and visionaries throughout history. It seems as if you are being fed knowledge from the cosmos, your higher self, or some other higher intellect that is intended to be absorbed rather than learned via books or experience. Even worse, the information subsequently turns out to be accurate. Verifying facts or investigating what you just learned reveals that it is consistent with genuine knowledge, scientific concepts, or age-old teachings you were previously unaware of. This is not only déjà vu or a coincidence. The reason for this is because your energy is timeless and transcends both space and time. Your spirit is being recognized by others, not your looks. Spiritual healers often possess an energy signature that people are subconsciously quite acquainted with. Some individuals may remember you from previous incarnations, in which you served as a guardian, teacher, or guide. Those who aren't supposed to utilize power aren't wasted by the cosmos. And you, whether or not the world is prepared for you, you are destined to be a healer. You already know that you're not here by chance if this struck a chord with you, or if something inside of you clicked as you watched. You belong to a greater whole, and this trip? It's just getting started. Therefore, subscribe to the channel immediately if you want more soul-stirring stuff. If this video made you feel anything, please hit the like button and leave a comment below. Let me know which of these symptoms you have encountered. Let's create an area where searchers, healers, and souls who have been awakened may interact. Above all, make sure someone who needs to hear this hears it. On the opposite side of this message, you never know whose awakening is awaiting you. Being here indicates that you are a part of the world's transformation. Keep in touch, remain alert, and in the next one, I'll see you. May you be blessed.